Everybody's got something to say about poetry, because rhymes, peak in meaning shedding light on our unspeakables. For an ample example, take the other day when I sat not knowing how to write a poem, and assuming I was fruitlessly booming to thin air, I yelled and spat my frustrations. How do I start? And my dog looks up from her water dish and says, I'd hate to encroach on your artistic space, because I know you're like in the zone or whatever. Look at my advice. Here it is. And then my dog says, poet, breathe now. Because it's the last thing you'll ever do for yourself. Poets often suffer from things like depression, anxiety, and even poverty. These same poets take their insufferable problems and turn them into introspective poems. In these three poems, Poet Breathe Now by Adam Gottlieb, Anxiety by Lewis Mund, an audiobook by Neil Hilborn, we see just how it is to be in the life of a poet. Poet, breathe now, because once you spit, you don't even need it. You'll be rocking around respiratory. You'll breathe poetry, baby. You breathe now, and you'll never forget that breath. You got pulsative passages passing the mic, and hot hallelujahs when verses you write, and your sin is your savior, your song is your life, and your words are like wonders to wandering fifes, pipe and ceremony. Poet, you man, and words you wife. Poet, breathe now, because you might have something to say, because peace might depend on your peace, because you breathe, and that air might help your brain tell your heart to keep pumping one more cycle, and that blood might help your lips form one less word that hits the audience's heart, because we are all made of the same elements, we all breathe the same air, so celebrate our mutual recipes of existence by persisting to stay alive, ducking sageless, luckless ages like intellectual hippies. When you take that breath, like chest rebounds, even all hope seems lost. Our soundhound mics like hope stars, like we're still here, hollows. We make angels of our nightclubs, bards of our bums, outlooks of our outcast, and infinity of our sums. We are the children of empathy, the pathos of slums. We heal like Helios, like cyclical drums. We enlist life from listless, and sometimes even get things done. Poet, breathe now, because once you start your piece, you can die behind that microphone, and death may be breathless, but poetry's deathless, so breath be our savior, eternal. Poets, breathe once with me now. That's one poem we all wrote. How are you? How are you doing today? I want you and I want to start asking better questions. Questions like, how are you? No, really, how are you? That one's been a little tricky for me lately. Sorry, I may have gone into this a little bit too fast, but how could I not? You ask me how much money I make as a writer. Ask me how much my books cost, and really, isn't enough really, how much do I make? You ask me this, and I can't slow myself down. I think the rent is due. I think the rent is late, and the student loan payments and electricity bill are on their way. And I'm late to my 4 part-time jobs, and my car won't start. And I'm pinching every penny I can to send to the worst mechanic in the city. But instead of that, you're asking me about the women in the poems. Want to know whose lips I'm stuffing into envelopes and stuffing into tin mailboxes, about the poems I'm writing at 2 a.m. by candlelight, but I'm writing this one in between fluorescent bulbs in a doctor's office because it's cold outside. Not the way the world is cold, but the winter is cold, the way the winter is cold, and I lost my coat. I mentioned the warm body, I mentioned the tin can full of tub money. I can't see her when I want to, and sometimes I need to hold her hand. Sometimes I'm too busy missing people to ever get to sleep, but you asking me how much better my life is on an average day than yours is. Do we not seem to ask about the days that I cannot get out of bed? You ask me how it feels to have all these feelings, have an infinite capacity for the world and its infinitely loving creatures. Just last week a car honked me while I was on my bike, took every ounce of courage not to kick it when I drove by. Do not ask me about love, ask me what I'm doing, ask me how it feels to be constantly pushed towards compassion, about why sometimes I can't help throwing my suitcase across the room because my head is so loud and my home is not. Do not ask me how much better it is to be in love as a poet. I want you to ask me anything but that. Would you ask me how it feels to touch my last lover in the wintertime? How it feels to slide in bed next to her? Like my tongue is a paintbrush. Like my tongue is the most perfect microscope, and you and I in this moment are inching towards the most perfect specimen of what it means to be connected. But you don't ask me about the last time I flinched away from when she touched me. I want you to ask me why. Why don't you ask me why? My name is barely out of my mouth before you ask me how much better my life is, because I am a poet. I give you the only answer I can cough across this formica, the only answer I can will out of this body. I'm trying. And if I've learned anything from poetry, is that beneath our skin, somewhere in our bones, is an infinite capacity for love. Underneath all of that, we're just skin and bones. That's all I have to say. Hi! Thank you for purchasing the audiobook of How to Ruin Your Life for Fun and Profit, as read by the author, Neil Hilborn. So, you want to be unhappy. You probably think you need to be in pain to be an interesting person and artist, and you're right. People who care about you will tell you you don't need to suffer to be important. But just remember, musicians are always most popular the day after they die. So, are you ready to matter to someone? Step 1, hate yourself. You are presumably a human being between the ages of alive and dead, so chances are you're already there. Congratulations! Step 2, fall in love. People will tell you this takes years, but I have a secret method that allows you to fall for anyone in under a week. The trick is, be completely oblivious to the difference between love and codependence. Step 3, fall in love with somebody else at the same time. People tell you this is impossible. Give them love already inside you, but they don't know you. Your heart is limitless. Your heart is a well that goes all the way down. You can fit everyone in there. But remember to lie about it. Love can't exist with not enough love. That's step 4. At this point, you'll be doubting your decision, completely screw up your life. So ask yourself, would you rather be happy or interesting? Would you rather be on the news or just watching it? Happy people don't make history. Happy people make children, then die. Step 5. Self-diagnose a mental disorder that makes you aloof and impossible to contact. Someone accuse you of being a bad friend, lover, or child, accuse them of being insensitive. Step 6. Now all the pieces are falling into place. Now start sabotaging your own life. Remember, this isn't crazy, this is research. This is necessary for your own personal growth. Step 7. You've been in love with 2 people for a while now. Tell them about each other! Whichever one stays is the winner. 8. Call your boss a fascist chipmunk lover. Tell your friends fun lies about your other friends. Tell your mother she's the reason you tried to kill yourself. It's just not depression without total isolation. 9. Do something to hurt yourself. It may be credit card debt. It may be gonorrhea. It may be a razor. Literal or not, make yourself bleed. 10. Create something. Paint your scars on the side of a building. Write a poem and yell it at strangers. The misery circus is breaking into town and you are holding the banner. Miles of people are following you. They're all wearing gray, a rainbow of gray. You watch as they all keep themselves bloody on their own feet. You, as Scar, never wants to kiss them. This is stigmata pornography. You are when they are still alive. You are mourning in a world at midnight. You are so brave. And they want to be brave just like you. Look at what you have built. Everything you love is gone. Tell yourself it was worth it.